mathematical idea we went over this past week involved solving proportions. And we used less pictorial representation and focused more on specific methods. So to find a missing value, we first used proportion using relationships within equivalent ratios, between equivalent ratios, while also using quotients and equations. So with my understanding of using these methods, so you have a ratio that can be shown as a fraction as well. They're related multiplicatively. So there's a number you can multiply the top number by to equal the bottom number of a fraction if it's shown as a fraction. So these are multiplicative relationships. And sometimes you want to have the relationship to have equivalent fractions or / ratio. Those relationships are within the ratio. So between two ratios there are relationships. And this is where you determine the scale factor to examine the proportions and their relationship. With that, you also have two equivalent ratios that are set equal to each other in a proportion. And using quotients and equations. So in a fraction / ratio, you can find the quotient by dividing A by B, with the top by the bottom. And you find the missing value by changing that first ratio and solving for the quotient, dividing the quotient, finding the quotient by dividing, like I said. So we're going to find a missing value in a proportion using quotients and equations today, class. So here's a ratio of 12 over 16. And we're going to set that equal to x over 20. So we need to find the missing value within this proportion. So if you divide 12 by 4 and 16 by 4, you get 3/4 equals x over 20. And if you multiply the 3/4 by, or no, you multiply by 5. Multiply by 5. And x equals 15. So another one, 4 over 5 equals x over 18 as your proportion. So on the left you want to divide 4 divided by 5, which equals 0.8. So you want to get rid of the 18 on the right side to cancel those out. Okay, so then you want to times 18 by 0.8 on the other side. So the missing value for that proportion is 14.4.